In this video, we are going to talk about something that I don't think a lot of people use. It's not specifically necessary in the backcountry, but it's definitely a good tool to have. We've been out there for the last 4 years and elk hunting, archery, and rifle, and every time we've been out there, temperatures have been well into the 70s during the day, and which is fine if you shoot a bull down on the bottom in a river bottom or something like that where it's super cold. But if you shoot them up on top where it's nice and hot and it's open, maybe the sun's shining on it, or let's say maybe two of you shoot a bull in the same day, so now you're struggling trying to get multiple bulls off of the mountain in one day. This is definitely a tool that is good to have. Now what this is called antimicrobial carcass spray. Basically what it is citric acid. Now this is something that's been used, I think, in Alaska quite a bit on some of those backcountry hunts where it's multiple days before you can get out of the backcountry. They're using citric acid mixed with water, and then they're spraying it over the meat. Now what that does is it creates like hard crust that citric acid will actually keep bacteria from growing on the meat. This is nice because it comes in a nice little aerosol can. If you know it's going to be maybe a day or a long day in high temperatures, whether it's elk, mule deer, or even whitetail, around here, the best thing you can do is hit it with this antimicrobial carcass spray. Now this stuff's going to basically create a crust on the meat that you have to later cut off because it creates like a hard crust. But it's going to keep your meat from going bad. Now you still want to get it off the carcass, off the bone, and get it away from the heat so it can cool down faster, get it out of the direct sunlight, stuff like that. But this, especially with, if you ever killed an elk or a mule deer or anything out west, it seems like instantly flies get on it. So by spraying it right away with this antimicrobial spray, it definitely helps with making sure that bacteria, larvae, and fly larvae, stuff like that doesn't grow on your meat. So it's a good thing to have, and you can spray down your game bags with it too. After you put the meat in the game bag, and you spray your whole game bag. That'll help keep the flies off it and keep it from getting any bacteria or anything like that. This company also makes a game bag that has the like a citric acid coating or antimicrobial spray that's built right into the bag. Those carcass bags can be used also. I'm not crazy about them because they make like a deer bag, which is just one big bag that you can throw like a whole deer quarters and everything into, or they make a big game bag and it's 4 bags, I believe, like 4 quarter bags. The problem is when you're out there, you're going to want a bag for your quarters, and then you're going to want a bag for your back straps and your tenderloins, and then you want a camp meat bag. So your camp meat bag is going to be just a smaller bag where you're just going to throw like tenderloins and some of maybe you might cut some roast off or cut some good cuts off your elk or your mule deer or whatnot, so you can cook it back at camp on a fire. That's where you only get the 4 bags with these guys. Not that there's anything wrong with using those 4 bags on your quarters and then taking a separate bag or a pill sheet. Pill sheets work great, but there's plenty of game bags out there also that make individual game bags for the quarters, for the back straps, for your camp meat, and all and everything else. And then you can just buy your antimicrobial spray, and just spray the outside of your bag. Just keeps the flies and the bacteria from growing on that. So that's just one thing that I wanted to touch on, was just a really cool tool. And remember that we're not endorsed by any of these companies, so we don't get paid to try to support them or get this product out there at all. It's just something that we have found. This was actually, I was introduced by antimicrobial spray from this company by Bowhunter Box Club. I subscribed to Bowhunter Box Club, and it came in one of my boxes, and we ended up using it that fall for elk hunting. And it's great. It's a great tool to have. So now we've actually purchased more cans from the company. We've purchased the bags, and we tried it all out. But it's definitely something that it's good to have with you. You might not use it every time, but early season archery hunts, or early elk rifle hunts where it's warm out, this is definitely something, that you'll find yourself using more and more. And that's it. That's what we have for our WapitiWear's backcountry tip. Thanks for watching.